Hello, hello, hello. Sorry for being so late, but you know how things go sometimes. It is Friday night, and we are ready to talk about this wonderful, amazing show, The Peacemaker. And I can't think of anybody better to go down this rabbit hole with than the one, the only, the legend. We got the wildling back, folks. It's just John. What's up, buddy?
But you can't like that energy, the one, the only, the mediocre me. Uh, let's go further. Is I'm absolutely so happy to I'm so happy to do this with you, especially since these last few episodes. And upon us being late, may I Jamie Lannister for anybody who's not a Jamie Lannister fan. But for anybody who is a Jamie Lannister fan, then I'm just talking to you. May I honorably say, honor. That's what Jamie Lannister is known about. It was my fault that we were late, and I apologize. And I do not like coursing. I am freaking looking forward to this, DJ. Man, brother, there's no better man to talk about this way.
Oh man, this show is the writing is just so impeccably done, and the attention to detail is, yeah, absolutely fantastic. And I've only seen 4, 5, and 6. I have yet to see episode 7. See, Jake just watched it. He said it's a good one. I can imagine it is because they're all good ones. I'm absolutely loving this show. In Hardcore, this is Peacemaker, episode 4, The Chode Less Traveled. In Hardcore asks what happened to the butterfly that crawled out of that senator's head, and Peacemaker said that he shot it and blew it up. Can Hardcore even really be mad when she finds out that he lied to her, knowing how much she's kept from him?
I think the end is inevitable, my brother. Is you have to walk me through this. So hardcore, because see, I'm jumping ahead now that I watched 3 episodes at a time, so I was like, wait.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The blonde's asking about the butterfly, and we already know that he has the butterfly in a jar. So once she finds out, obviously she's going to find out that he lied, that he didn't kill that thing. And can she really even be mad about him lying to her about that, knowing everything that she's held from him?
No,
she knows way more than she's letting on.
That's hard, man. I wish I just watched one episode.
Oh no,
it's true. No, the way you rephrased that question was beautiful, brother. Thank you. Like that was beautiful. But it's like to give that energy is, yeah, it would be hypocritical because the conversation that whore, like when she killed that dude who didn't have that butterfly, is he a butterfly? He's not. Bang! I'm like, that's hypocritical. But you could argue, well, Peacemaker wasn't there for that because he was dragged in the mansion and put down, like he was put on the ground. So I was like, could he really blame her for what? Like, we know this about hardcore. He does not know that, so he cannot blame her for shit. Technically, if you're going from a story aspect, what can he blame her on? What, be like cock blocking him? That's all he can blame her on.
Like he's because he's just feeling bad about he could feel like he can sense that they're keeping him out of the picture, like they're not telling him everything, and he's mad about it. So he's like, oh, I'm going to keep this little butterfly and keep something from them. And it's like in the end, they're all going to have to just be cool with it because everybody's keeping something from everybody.
Yeah, it's a great team. It's the start of it. It's the foundations of a great team of trust.
And I love how they cover all the bases in this show. Like I said, the writing's just impeccable. Like at first I was like, why didn't Myrn ride back with the rest of them? And then he comes in and throws the keys to Vigilante and says, you okay to drive now? And I totally forgot that he had driven the Vigilante mobile out there. So somebody needed to drive it back. Like just the attention to detail in this show is amazing.
Very, very clever. Very clever.
It's funny to see Peacemaker still trying to blame not being able to kill on there not being a P-stub on the weapon. Like, he's going to have to come to terms with there's obviously a deeper seed there. Like, he just doesn't want to kill people anymore for some reason. Like, I wonder, where's he getting this conscience from?
Growth, character growth. For me, well, see, it's hard to go back to the flashback because we're in the present. But for me, it seems like Peacekeeper is, one of them dudes, say they were a bully at school and they spoke that mad shit to people saying, fuck you and you're a nerd, you have glasses. Whereas like he never was challenged. But what this show is really good at is the whole time he's being challenged by his father. Like, not that is an excuse, but it's like it explains his character, why he's a prick, like, and he's unaware he's a prick. Where it's like, no, can I ask you that question, DJ? Where do you let someone get away with being a prick and accept them being a prick? Like Where's the level to this? Because Peacemaker, I cannot gauge it.
It's the level you can stand. It's like, how much do you want to deal with before it's just too much and not worth it anymore? Absolutely.
Good answer. Good answer.
You do not know where it's coming. And I'm also loving how the series keeps bringing up like other soups I've never heard of. Like, I mean, I got my fingers crossed that they make an appearance in this show. I want to meet the Matter Eater lad and like Batmite. Like, I've never heard of these people. That'd be amazing to see them like introduced in this series.
Are you seriously excited to watch Peacemaker to see Batmite? You for real?
Dude, yeah. I mean, what is a Batmite? And more importantly, like Matter Eater lad, he ate a whole Wendy's. Like, I mean, this is some stuff I need to see.
Actually, I'm very interested in seeing that too. To be honest, I shouldn't, but I am actually. That would be like the Condiment Man. You know, let's bring in all DC, the Condiment Man. Let's go.
Exactly.
Let's go.
I want to see him on screen. Well, how about how Peacemaker like totally interjects the story with a different name out of nowhere, and then blames Myrn for talking about it, not staying focused? Like, the back and forth is amazing.
You need that. You know, that's why you need a character like Peacemaker. It's like, I'm going to be the simpleton, and then I'm going to be the stern, harsh one. And, you know, the simpleton gets away with being, like, humorous because the stern one is like, no, it's shit. Did you ever watch that, the Adam Sandler movie? Remember, was it Happy Gilmore? Where Happy Gilmore says this whole happy speech. Happy Gilmore, sorry, DJ. Happy Gilmore is absolutely Peacemaker. That's Peacemaker if he played golf. Think about it. And do you remember when he gives that whole heartfelt speech about people, and then at the end of it, the teacher, like literally, that's Myrn, and it's like, everything that you just said made everybody in this room more dumber than what they are. And dumber is not even a word. You know, that's Peacemaker and Myrn right there. You know, Peacemaker is Happy Gilmore.
Oh my God, that is fantastic. And if I was Peacemaker, I would have been like, screw this tell me later stuff. I mean, you already know something's up. You're the one that's supposed to be trying to save this. Like, you can tell me now. You tell me about the butterflies right now. I'm sick of waiting. I don't know. I would have been here. I would have been just as irritated as Peacemaker.
He's right, but you know, he's right. You know, there's no but. He's right. There's no but. The only but is the butterfly. Yeah, there's no. Yeah. You're right.
What's that?
I'm sorry, you're right. I want to find a way to disagree with you, DJ, because in the famous words of a philosopher, DJ Woodman, when y'all go left, I like to go right. I've no right on this. I agree. I'm like, yeah, I would actually really want to know, why am I doing this?
And speaking of why she didn't do it, Leota apologizes to Harcourt for not being able to take the shot. And Harcourt tells her that she can't ever balk in this job. Like, this is totally going to lead her up to shooting somebody too fast instead of thinking it through, right? And then, of course, we see later that it does. It's unbelievable. You can see that coming. And she just wants her team to think she's good enough. Like, even John's out there strutting around like a badass now after knocking out Judo Master. And then he's like, she just wants to be a part of the team and, you know, show that she has value. Oh, poor Adobe. Go ahead.
For me, ironically, is Adobe, like Adebayo, maybe I'm saying it wrong. Is she her superpower, which is not really a superpower, it's a human power, is actually bringing people together, which, like, as we will carry on with the episodes, it's kind of ironic, isn't it, when it smashes them apart. But it's like her like team morale, you know, it's in like, let's see the best in everybody, let's get along. It's a fucked up situation, but let's make it work. Like, that's, for me, that's her gift.
Really?
Do you know what I mean? That's what I get from her. She like, if it's not from her mother, and it's not from anybody else, if you separate her mother and everybody else, genuinely, she's actually talking. She's saying, "Don't pick on Dybird. Relax. He's a good dude." You know, and she's actually building people up. You know, behind it, she is the reason for that amazing.
Yeah, she told Harcourt that, you know, he's an asshole, but he's a good guy. So I like that she does do that. That's a good look at her. Absolutely, because, you know, I look at her as like being able to find that needle in a haystack and being good with like sorting information and figuring stuff out. But yeah, I like that, being able to bringing people together, and she totally did get Peacemaker to ease out on Diebeard. Okay, sorry, Economos. Yeah, you sound real sincere.
Yeah, small steps. You know, it's like when someone holds a door open for you. you don't have to say thank you, but it's nice to, that's what Adebayo is. It's like it's nice. It's just nice.
Absolutely. And Peacemaker wants to stop by his dad's and grab another helmet. And while they're there, we hear that on the TV that someone has stolen a gorilla, and you just know that's going to be a thing at some point. And instead of go ahead.
I didn't know it was going to be a thing. I didn't. Credit to the writing. Yeah, I didn't.
Oh man, and getting a fine girlfriend, absolutely. Yeah, exactly. That would have been fun going step by step in this one, like calling it out before it actually came, because there was a bunch like, oh, that's going to be a deal, and yep, that's going to come back and be a thing. And absolutely. And instead of grabbing just one, Peacemaker decides to grab all the helmets while he can. And then while he's in there, Vigilante barges in while Peacemaker is staring at his dad's costume and quickly points out the outfit's weak points. Like, is that totally going to come into play at some point? Is Peacemaker going to be battling his daddy, racist Mono, later in this series, and Vigilante's going to come in and end up like finding the weak points and taking them out? What's up, fandom? I see you out there. What's good, brother?
I don't know. Vigilante has said some crazy shit that's off the board, but like some of this crazy kind of sticks. So as it goes on, we will talk about that. So yeah, no, I think he's onto something, to say the least. And a fandom. What's good, fandom? Salute the fandom, the saint, the legendary reactor.
Oh man, it was funny. It was a funny interaction and like a way for the neighbor to let Peacemaker know that his father was in jail. But dude, the way he was getting at him and asking if he had a coterie, and then Peacemaker just comes back, Batman's a pussy. But he kind of had a point the way he broke it all down.
Yeah, that whole DJ, I said it. I promise you, I didn't make a promise for you making notes. For myself, I made no notes watching these episodes because they were like so good. Where it's like, man, I just want to enjoy it. I don't want to stop and write. I just want to enjoy it. And his whole spiel, on just I can't remember his exact lines. Just if I was to just freestyle and be Vigilante, look at you, hillbilly little cracker, Billy Joe wannabe. It's like, yeah, you get off on black man's tears, yeah. How about someone kicks you in the face with equality? He was going on that kind of. He was just breaking, like he was phenomenal. Or am I going too far ahead when he was actually in?
Oh, you're talking about when Vigilante went in on the guy. Oh yeah, that's a little bit later.
I went ahead. Sorry,
that was amazing.
That was amazing. That was like, damn, that's Tupac. Look at this cracker Tupac over here.
No, I was just talking like when he first came out of his dad's house and the neighbor was kind of giving him the business about how Batman's amazing. He just goes like, Batman's a pussy, and then goes in like, dude, if he was right, and I thought it was right. Like if Batman was real, he would have killed the Joker. So because all the Joker did was go to jail, break out, and kill more people. He's like, how many lives would have been saved if Batman would have just killed the Joker?
Yeah, so, but Batman's code is like, do not kill and make people better. Yeah, I mean, the fuck out here.
Oh man, I don't know. I think he has a point. I mean, there are literally dozens of people that are dead because he didn't kill that man. So yeah, I think Peacemaker had a point. I liked it. And then the more car time that the BFFs get, like the more they work out, and Peacemaker apologizes to Vigilante for letting him get tortured so hard. And that seemed to be like all he needed, and he's right back into fanboy mode. Oh, those two are great. And then we get back over to Myrn, and he says he needs Leota to stop her or to step her game up, and then sends her off to try to stop Peacemaker from visiting his dad in jail. And in the back room, Judo Master wakes up and immediately escapes. It's like, you had one job, Economos. Like, can you not get her done?
What is Economos? Doybird, yeah? What is Doybird supposed to do? Like, what's he supposed to do? Like what is Judo Master? Yeah, can we stop just for a second? Yeah, what the fuck is Judo Master? Like, what? He's a midget in a green outfit who has superhuman powers. Are we not gonna? So, like, is he a superhero? Is he a super villain? Why is he so small and can fuck people up? Are we just gonna ignore that? Can we just talk about Judo Master for a minute?
Hey, little people can be powerful too, and he is. I don't know. Is he an alien? Is he some protector? Does he have a butterfly in his brain? I mean, is he even
okay? Right, he's definitely a butterfly. Sorry, good answer. Yeah, right. Yeah.
You think he's a butterfly? Do you think he's a butterfly?
Why else would he do what he does?
How
How about you? How about Mister Theory Master, Mister DJ? I write better Game of Thrones than the fucking show writers. Yeah. How about you tell me why Mister Taekwondo Judo Master is not a butterfly? Yeah. How about you give me that? He's absolutely a butterfly. Tell me why he's not.
I mean, you'd think he was because he sent him back to that shop where the stuff's being made. But I don't know. I think he might. I mean, like vampires have humans that do stuff during the day for them. I just think maybe this is like a human for some reason. Because remember, I mean, we'll skip ahead. That's fine because we're talking about all three of them tonight. Is like right before he got his, he said, "You don't understand. They're not what you." And then, of course, a girl comes in and kills him before they can get the information out of him. So it's like he knew something about him or was about to say something about him. So whether he was duped by him or just an ally, like a human ally on their side, I don't know. But I think there is a small chance that like he's just some judo guy like at one with the earth and they needed a human ally and he did it because he understood like the good of what they're doing or something. I don't know. But I think there could be a shot that he's not a butterfly.
So hang on, right? So you think he's like a midget? Like he's like what? 4 foot is being very complimentary. Yeah, like, even doing this on the camera is being very complimentary, and he can kick the shit out of like Peacemaker, Vigilante, like hardcore. You know, in that scene in the forest. Bullshit, mate. Sorry. I'm sorry. I call bullshit.
Oh, Phantom Saint says Westworld, everyone's a host. Song of Ice and Fire, everyone's a Targaryen. Peacemaker, everyone's a butterfly.
So that's
I'm arguing the other way. Butterfly.
It is pretty funny though.
Oh, that's his thing. He knows judo. I don't know. I think there's a chance. I think there's a small chance he's not. I mean, of course, he's probably about.
Oh yeah, he just knows judo. Yeah, he can fuck up someone with superhero powers. Someone who's like a blonde Black Widow. Someone who's a bad fucking sociopathic Batman. At the same time, in a forest where it's dark as shit. Yeah, sorry, yeah, judo. He's absolutely a butterfly. Sorry, go on, DJ.
He could be. Leota gets to the jail in time to talk to Peacemaker, but to no avail. He feels he has to talk to his dad, and he says he's family. And like, is that always a good enough answer, or are there just times when one must draw the line?
That's bullshit. You know what I mean? I have my uncle, yeah, who got accused. I can't say here, but it's actually really funny. Terrible it's not really bad. Yeah. No, not. It's not really bad. It's funny, but like it's not good. And yeah, it's like I am absolutely nothing like him. And it's like DJ. Apparently, DJ. I spoke with DJ before the stream. He has a cousin who like grew to 4 foot tall. And if anybody knows DJ, he's like 7'8", and it's like there's no way they're related. So yeah, I disagree with all of that.
It's a superhero show. You don't want to pull that thread, says Jake.
Facts.
Indeed. Oh, it's funny to see a plainclothes vigilante like try to act like that wasn't him to Leota, who obviously knew it was. Like that was so sweet. And then inside, you're comparing yourself to a chode. Well, not in a bad way. Like the talk with his dad did not go as planned. Is he finally accepting the truth that his dad just has absolutely no love for him?
How about you, DJ, as an Irish man to an American? What the fuck is a chode? Now you get to tell me what that is.
The penile member, the downstairs, the Shabunkin warrior.
No, with riddles, DJ. Can I get it with direct, man? It's not a theory. What is a chode, brother? That's like now you get to teach me some cultural history.
Just like Mern says later, we don't name our genitalia.
Oh, like Veiny McVeinster. He kind of said that like an So is a chode like your penis? Like
that's what he's saying, yeah.
It's like, all right. So chode is like dick.
I'm a grower, not a shower. Is what he's saying.
that was actually hilarious. Sorry when you said I'm a grower, not a shower. He's talking about, but yeah. Okay. But like the terminology of chode, this is where this gets interesting with me and you. It's like, so that like it's chode. So if I say I'm a chode, does that mean that I'm a dick? Like,
Absolutely, yeah. Somebody calls you a chode, they're calling you a dick.
okay. Like, so I'm learning, man, as we do these episodes. I'm learning American culture right now.
Yeah. Not good, like not washing your hands after exactly.
Oh,
Keeping it in.
fandom, you know. Sorry. I know what that means. And thank you for that. I get it. All right, I get it. That's an absolute show. That's what a show is.
Keeping it inside. Why would he be so foolish as to tell his dad exactly what they did to set him up? Like, was he subconsciously telling his dad how to get out, even though he knows it's going to hurt him in the end? Like, he basically went in and told him exactly what they did to him. And I mean, so now his dad's, of course, going to tell them and get out with that information. Like, why would he give his dad that information unless he really wanted him to have it?
I think he believed he has this, Peacemaker has this very kind of like national kind of love, proud American, proud and morals, where it's like, you will die for your friend kind of aspect. And if that's his dad, he's like, I believe I can tell you this because I don't think you're a bitch or you're a snitch. And essentially, the end of that conversation is, well, I'm going to snitch on you. And it's like, well, you're kind of a rat. I think he kind of accepted how much of his dad is a piece of shit. Like, I think the morals within himself, even as much of his father is a piece of shit. I'm running the show now. Fuck DJ Woman. DJ, welcome back.
Button. Sorry about that.
Sorry. Yeah, no respect. I was speaking love. I believe that when he said that to his father, he entrusted his father with, like, it's like, you're my dad. No, like family, that bloodline where it's like, as much of a piece of shit as you are, you're still me dad. I'm going to keep it real with you because I believe that if I keep it real with you, like, we will look after each other. And then his dad was like, yeah, well, I'm not a snitch, but I'm going to tell everybody about this shit. And then he literally called him on it and says, well, no, that's the definition of a snitch.
Exactly. How's he going to keep street cred when everybody just heard him say he's ready to rat somebody out?
Yeah, I think what that showed me is Peacemaker is his heart on his sleeve, but when it comes to IQ, that's when his brain leaves. And it's like, you ain't got that shit. But fair play. It makes you like Peacemaker more and hate his father. So, job done.
Job done. And we see another one of Leota's skills, manipulation, as she talks Vigilante into going in and killing Peacemaker's dad. Like, is that going to work out well?
I was going to question that, where I was like, did she mean that? Because how that scene was done, it was like innocent kind of questions and conversations. But then later on, you're like, Mom, she fucking meant that.
No, she 100% manipulated that man into going in there and killing him.
So, yeah.
She even admits it later. She's like, yeah. It's like, you did what? So that's not good. But it was funny, like, when Peacemaker asked, where's Vigilante? And Leota's like, that was Vigilante? Like, Peacemaker's like, shut up. Like, the writing, I just love this show, just covering all angles.
That's where it fucks me, though. It fucks me, yeah, because it's like, it's so, it paints a picture where it's like, it's so obvious where it's like, oh, that was Vigilantes. And how they called it out, where it's like, yeah, it absolutely was. What the fuck? But they still carry on the story. It's in, I didn't know. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
perfect.
It's funny. They do well, though. They do well.
Leota and Peacemaker seem to have a bit of a bond. And are they going to end up being like best friends by the end of this, or is something going to happen that's going to split them apart? And then we already know where that's going. Was that the dumbest or smartest way possible for Vigilante to get arrested? Just walking back there, dude. I love that. Cops are sitting there just eating lunch, watching this idiot. Like, what is he doing? Grabs a garbage can and smashes a window. Like, come on.
No, but I loved how they said it. Like, from a realistic aspect, if you were to pick a garbage can up, like, depending on how full that is, you'd probably struggle with it. For a minute, I was thinking, is he putting that garbage can beside the window so he can jump on it and then jump on the roof? Either way, I'm thinking, well, they're all fucking looking at you. But it's like, no, he's just smashing it through the window. And then in my head, I'm like, well, if you just smash the window, like, would you really be put in the same block as serial killers and, like, racists?
Oh yeah.
But it's a fun show. Let's have fun with it. It's like, yeah, okay.
Well, I mean, it's a jail, so it's a jail, not a prison. So absolutely, you would be in the same place there until you get transferred up to the big house. Oh,
I
John.
wouldn't know, DJ. Maybe that's my experience.
Yeah,
I wouldn't know. I'm innocent, brother.
I've seen enough movies. John walks back into the room and he finds that judo master has escaped, and he's like, "Again, you had one job. Come on." But how about that hero landing pose Peacemaker nailed when he jumped off the roof? Like, it was nice to see him nail one after so many flails.
Do you know what, right? No jokes. When I see them drop that, it's like, I barely take notice of that shit, saying story progression, let's go. I want to see how clever or funny or what they're doing. I actually stopped to appreciate that. So that was actually cool. I would actually love to see the filming of that. You know, that was actually, I agree. Well done for you for saying that. I actually stopped and said, that was nice. I stopped and said, nice.
Oh,
and then I started.
Got to have the Black Widow hero style landing. And I also like that
setup. He dropped that arm, didn't he, with the leg spread?
Oh, dude, with the head up, yeah, ready to go. That was fantastic. He comes out, he's like, rematch, motherfucker. Like, as the brown paper bag, like, acts like a tumbleweed as it's rolling across the parking lot. Just kind of like an old Western showdown. That was such a sweet setup.
Oh, it was nice. And then he jumped off the truck, wasn't it? Kai, what did he say? Was it Koi or Pow or something? I don't know. What the fuck is Asian for power? Like,
yeah. And then Peacemaker gets his rematch, and he's more than holding his own against Judo Master. But before he can finish him, Leota picks now to not hesitate and shoot him in the chest. And of course, it's right as he's about to tell us something about the butterfly. It's like, do you have any idea what he was going to say about that when she killed him? He's like, no, it's not what you think. You have any idea what he was going to tell him?
Yeah, I think he's going to ask for a bag of crisps so we could just make a crunching noise. Nothing. He offers nothing. All he offers is a fight scene, and he's a midget in a green outfit. I'm sorry, you know, it's Guardians of the Galaxy writer here. It's like he offers. There's no context or depth to this character. Maybe he'll turn good. Maybe he'll turn bad. He means fuck all. I don't mean to write it off, DJ, but that is it. You were just a running fucking joke. Do you know what I mean? And that's it. And that's okay. The whole series is a running joke, and it's interesting.
Well, we know he can flip the hell out of a chip. When he was trying to say, like, the great ones can replace their heart with a kidney and just keep the blood pumping, like, I just could not stop smiling through that whole thing. Leota's like, no, they can't. He's like, the great ones can. I was just like, dude, this guy is like, he cannot be that dumb.
But yeah, it's kind of like watching Game of Thrones, isn't it? After season 6, and not agreeing, you know, being falsely positive, saying no, it's going to be amazing. Yeah, DJ, yeah. Sorry, carry on, brother.
Oh, we see Peacemaker did not shoot the butterfly from the senator, but rather caught it in the jar and brought it home. So it looks like we know that's gonna absolutely be a problem in the end. And then it looks like Leota finally gained Hardcourt's respect by not balking when it came time to shoot. And she also takes another dig on Amanda Waller. So it's like, again, do you think like Hardcourt's messing with Leota because she knows that she's Waller's daughter? Like, she seems to figure stuff out quicker than most of the characters in here.
Yeah, as me and you kind of agreed with it, it's like she's like the Black Widow and the blonde widow. Would that be right? The blonde widow? Yeah, we'll call her the blonde widow. It's she knows more than she should, but she doesn't know factually. You know, so she does not have factual. It's like that's your mother, so she can't really pin that on her.
Maybe she suspects though. I mean, she's worked with Waller a long time, and now she's working with her, and it just, I don't know. She keeps asking, like, who are you? Why are you here? What's your expertise? How are you on here? So it's like, yeah, I kind of think she knows. I think Leota's finally going to tell her, and she's going to be like, yeah, I know. Like, she'll be happy if she finally told her, but I think she's already on to it.
It'd be a relief, kind of. It does make sense. Yeah, no, it does make sense. For me, it's hard because you know when you watch 3 episodes at a time, I'm like, shit, my jump.
Yeah, and that's cool. And we can jump back and forth. Like I said, we're talking about all 3 tonight. So if you want to say something about something later, yeah, there's no holdbacks. Jake wants to know if a human's going to end up drinking the butterfly food at some point. That's disgusting. I think the butterfly food is like human brains, so that's gross.
What's human? Right, sorry. So you can't just say that. I think the butterfly filled as human brains? Like, you can't just say something like that and then go, hey, so what do you guys think about when Peacemaker woke up in the morning and thought this? You can't just switch it to that shit. Like, hang on. You think the honey is like human brains?
Well, we know later that it comes out of a cow. So I think it might be cow and like human brains mixed together. I mean, we saw that's where the butterflies go, so they're already in the head, but they do stick a tongue out to eat this other stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, they all have to stick their tongue out to eat the goo, but is the goo literally just from some magic cow? Is it a cow that was here? Is it a cow that they brought? Is it an alien cow? Is it a cow that a butterfly went into and is now making some kind of super goo? It's like, what is it?
So just to quote you, yeah. So it's not me being ignorant, yeah. It's so they just stick the tongue out and taste the honey. Is it a cow? Is it the honey goo? Like this sounds like some lesbian porno that you're talking about. Do you know what I mean? In the energy of Peacemaker, you know what I mean, happily ignorant, but it sounds like a lesbian joke, what you just said. So do you believe that all the butterflies are lesbians?
Not all of them.
Have you ever seen a butterfly with a penis?
I have not. Of course,
Good.
I haven't really looked though, so there's that.
Good. So anybody watching this video, DJ believes all the butterflies are lesbians. Well, carry on.
Jake thinks I was just thinking their food is what makes them strong. Maybe that's how. Judo is tough because he is all amped up on that food. Maybe that's why he's so strong. But it just seems like all the butterflies have extra strength. Like just being a butterfly gives you extra strength, like that Annie chick that got killed in like the first episode.
Yeah, she was kind of boss mode shit.
So it's like, yeah, that is it. But yeah, I don't know. Like jumping around, yeah, we'll talk about the cow. But I mean, obviously, the cow is where the nectar is coming from. But what's it mixed with? It's obviously being mixed with something at that glam Thai place. So I think that's the place that's making their food. So I think, yeah, it's being mixed there. And what if it is human brains that they're mixing it with? Wouldn't that be just insane? For being a psychopath, Vigilante can formulate and express the hell out of his thoughts. Like you were saying earlier, just he went in silky smooth on those Nazis. That was amazing.
It's ridiculous. It's kind of like Batman if he had a conscience. Not Batman without a conscience, because Batman with a conscience would be aware of how much of a piece of shit he actually is and the damage that he does to society if you actually read his stories. He's a true Batman in his most honesty.
This lesbian conversation is something I hear from watching Peacemaker, and Peacemaker would definitely be into it. He would definitely be into it.
We are in the modern age, and it's about making peace, motherfucker. If you all ain't dropping scissors when it comes to rock paper scissors, then you're a sexist motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Rock paper scissors, baby.
So then we get no biggie. Then we get Peacemaker tracking down Harcourt at her favorite bar and asks like what's in his file, and she says his brother died under weird circumstances, and then we had like he had something to do with it. Like, what do you think happened? Like, what do you think the full story with that is? They're gonna have to fill us in like the last couple episodes, but what do you think really happened between him and his brother?
Wait, whose brother? I'm thinking about Peacemaker's brother.
Yeah, Peacemaker and his brother. His brother died when he was a kid, and we know it was under weird circumstances, and Peacemaker had something to do with it. And then we see that other flashback, like, you dumb bastard, you killed him. Like, what do we think happened with him and his brother?
Right, so it goes back to our first video. Was obviously I didn't nail it like to be correct, but I believe that Amanda Weller set that whole shit up. Now, there's no way she could set a racist father pitting his sons against each other with superpowers for everybody to watch and pay money. She cannot pay for that. But what she could pay for is being smart enough to know these are fucking idiots, and I'm going to keep an eye on this. And as soon as Peacemaker got put in jail for it, she was like, "Your cape." That's what they called him. Sorry, my fingers here. Your cape. That's what they called him. I was like, man, I'm gonna keep my fucking eye on you, and as long as I keep you in the system, you become my assassin. So yeah, I think it's all a big play by Amanda Waller on stupid white people, on just the crackers being crackers. That's
But
my
going down to a smaller picture, do you think Peacemaker, like, do you think it was just a regular fight, like their dad made them fight each other, and Peacemaker actually killed him, or do you
yeah.
think it was some kind of set? Like, what if like that was some kind of deal they had where like Peacemaker would say, "Go out and pick a fight with some bigger guy, and then I'll jump in and save you or whatever, and then he'll be able to fight him," or some that kind of deal, and then all of a sudden like he and the guy he didn't get there in time, and the other guy knocked him out and gave him spasms, or he jumped in and ended up fighting. Yeah, I don't know. I think that I don't know. I think they might have some kind of twist on it. Like it wasn't just they fought and he killed his brother. I think there might be something more to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I am open to your theories, like the Night King dropping a key. No, and I mean that, like I don't mean that sarcastically. I mean that openly. To how you open DJ's theory on Game of Thrones is phenomenal. So upon your Game of Thrones theory being so good, I'm gonna chill back and say okay. Otherwise, I would say you're batshit crazy. He fucking killed him, and Amanda Waller is using him as another cape with superpowers in the system for years later, like an incubator, to be like, when you get older, I'm gonna use you in my squad. And then Suicide Squad came out. Coincidence?
You think like his dad, the same way he made him kill people, made him fight his brother, and then he ended up hitting him too hard, and he's like, "You dumb son of a bitch, you killed him." Like you're just supposed to fight and make him tougher, not kill him.
Well,
Maybe
have
something
you,
like that.
have you seen who his dad is? And have
Mhm.
you seen the intelligence of his dad?
Yeah.
So I would say yes. He is that stupid to do something like that.
Jake
Absolutely.
Cruz, Jake Cruz has a good question. Does Peacemaker really even have superpowers? I mean, he's a great shot and great aim and can use any weapon, but does he actually have any superpowers? Is he really a superhero?
Yeah, he does. He has absolute durability. If you can get shot in the fucking neck and wake up and like complain about how your Instagram pictures look, it means that you are durable as fuck.
Yeah, he had an entire building fall on him and came through, so absolutely. So
Durability.
Peacemaker heads home to spark it up and even shares with his new alien pet. And if and when that thing gets loose, like, is it going to want to torture Peacemaker for keeping it caged up so long?
The impression I get is no, but it's easy saying that if you're behind the cage, like you will do the whole humble shit. If that cage is taken away, you'd probably take their neck out. So it's hard to grasp honesty from that back and forth. Like,
I mean, it's not just a regular butterfly. That's the queen.
mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's I don't know, a queen being locked up and then talked to and treated like with these two morons. I don't think she's going to be too happy about it.
Yeah, but at the same time, that like not there. Peacemaker is feeding her. He's giving her honey. Like he's not. He has her in a jar, which I'm sure she's intellectual as hell. Like if he wanted to be horrible, he would have like putting fire like or light in the
Right.
bottle every now and again. He didn't do that shit. He was like, no, you understand what it is. I don't know what you are. I'm still gonna give you some honey. Like he grabbed it from me. The way I see it, he grabbed a bottle of honey just so like he could sustain and feed them,
Mm-hmm.
regardless. And he did not even know that was the queen. He naturally just like it was just any other fucking
Right.
person or alien, and it's like, no, I want to sustain you to understand. So I can only hope that she would understand that. Like he does not know you're the queen, and he's treating you like everybody else.
There you go. I love that. Vigilante gets released from jail without killing Peacemaker's dad, but the damage may already be done. And I don't know, why did Leota ignore the call from her wifey after that? Like, why didn't she want to answer her wifey's call?
Because she's guilty as fuck. Like I'm a piece of shit. How am I supposed to be a lover of someone and say I love you so much when I'm a piece of shit? And if I betrayed like him, I could betray you. I could betray anybody. It's kind of mental health question shit right there.
Yep, I love that. And we see Myrn watching a funny scene on TV showing absolutely no emotion whatsoever. Like, something is definitely up with that guy. Like, I know you think he's some sort of other alien species, but like, they're just showing us that there is something very off with this man.
He's ridiculous. He's kind of like if you ever watch Trailer Park Boys, you know the alcoholic sheriff. He's kind of like him mixed with Tywin, and it's like, well, it's And you're like, what the fuck? Yeah. Like, that's not human, you know? You cannot combine them two characters.
Right.
So there's something alien, automatically, there's something alien about that shit.
What wasn't alien was it was so messed up when that young Peacemaker was balling, killing that man while his dad just sat back laughing like a jackal. Like, oh my God, that was. We see why he's so messed up with some shit like that going on.
What? But doesn't that go back to? Do you remember the first episode when he's talking with his dad and he's trying to tell a story, and you made that point to me? Whereas, like, the only time his dad actually gives a fucking like laughter or any emotion is he was afraid of rats and he was laughing at how terrified someone was and in a horrible position someone was. He was like very evil, like very, very evil mindset. So it's not really surprising.
The Peacemaker's got some real demons to deal with. Like, it looks like what his brother who fell down and had some kind of spasm. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if I think the dad made them fight and made that happen. And then the dad got mad at him for killing, like, his favorite son ended up going down, which is just insane. Like, yeah, he's messed up.
So that's the question I have on that, right? If that is the outcome, is technically if he's the dad and he has them superpowers, like, doesn't like the two sons have them superpowers?
You would think they both would. Or does his dad even have superpowers? Is it more of like a Tony Stark thing and just has a cool suit?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's kind of like X-Men, isn't it? Does it just like randomly hit the gene or the DNA? And that's what I found interesting, is because if his brother had the same superpowers as him, that would not have happened.
Right, you know? He went for a fight. So yeah, maybe the gene skipped and he didn't have superpowers, and maybe that's why the dad liked the other one more or something, felt sorry, whatever.
But that's what makes it fucked up though, because I'm like, well, why would, like, he's all about strength and fucking power, so like he should worship like Peacemaker for doing that. Do you get me?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I don't understand that. Yeah, I don't understand that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to work that out. And while wading through evidence, Leota comes across a name she's heard before, that Glam Tai, and now the woman that attacked Peacemaker and the senator, who are both butterflies, are connected to this place. So it's also where the senator sent Judo Master to check in and tell him what happened, but never made it. So we know that's why we knew that place was going to be a big deal. And we find out later, like, yeah, that's basically their main warehouse. So they're filling in a little bit of information. And then for our big reveal, we see that Myrn is indeed one of the butterflies. Leota just called him, and he said he'd be right over. And did you think he was going to try to kill her for finding out too much when he went to go see her?
No, I thought it was great when she put on the X-ray helmet.
Oh, that's on the next one, yeah.
Sorry, I fucked up.
But remember, we saw him. He was sitting there watching that show, and then he like looked down, and the tongue came out to eat some of that goo, and we're like, "Oh,
that's the I should have watched. The I missed. I just went straight to the next. As soon as the credits come up, I'm gone to the next episode.
I think that happened right before the end credits. I think that was the last scene, and basically then Leota called him, and yeah, he's right after she called him, like he went down and got some food, and we're like, I knew it. He's a butterfly. Called it. And then the actual bonus scene was talking about like Peacemaker and Vigilante with that whole duck. I don't know if you didn't hear it, it won't make sense, but they were talking about a human in a duck costume, and it was amazing. You have to go back and watch it.
Oh, I'm gonna go back and rewatch that. And can I say, just because you said that, DJ, yeah, is the only reason I'm excited. I'm obviously foolish because my paid for HBO Max subscription must have lagged at that point, because I missed it at the end when that tongue dropped. Like, because now I'm gonna go back and rewatch that, because the only time I seen that was when she put the X-ray on at the end. So that hit, like, if anything, I got the best experience because I watched that, for it. Whereas where I seen it when she put the X-ray shit on, and in my head I was like, for all the shit that I get wrong in predicting, nailed it. I was like, nailed it. I was like, I made up even an alien race of face on. But what I said was, if you go back to her video, what I said was, I believe like he's an alien race that wants to assimilate and like belong with, and like the other butterflies are assimilate and control. I was like, fucking, I got it. Like, in different words, I fucking got it though. I was like, I'm sorry, I take props on that. So I get like 10 things wrong, but the big thing, man, shotgun. I was like, when she seen that, yeah,
we'll give you 75% on that one. Like, well done.
Appreciate
Like,
that.
you said he wasn't a butterfly, but you knew he was an alien and that something was definitely off. So you definitely we'll give you 75%, which is at least a C.
Appreciate that, and it's genuine. I watch as far as you tell me to watch when we're doing this, and it was like yes. And the only giveaway for me was when he was speaking with Doybird, and he was like it's chili, and he was like I don't know what chili is, like, and for me I was like that's weird shit. Do you know that's some weird ass fucking shit. So that was the only thing that fucking threw me. It was like that, like nobody would reply like that. So that's what gave me the red flag.
And that's amazing. You didn't see the very last of it, so you were still going through the next episode, not realizing 100%.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't see like bang. It's like I would have raised my arms. I didn't see it. I was flown.
Be easy, fandom. Look forward to seeing you on here. We'll be on here next Saturday doing the last two finales and the season breakdown. So look forward to seeing you on that one, brother.
Yeah. David, man, it'd be good to see you again, brother. On a live together like old times, brother. I look forward to it. Magic. I'll get me Spider-Man mask for you, brother. I got you.
We're just going to keep it rolling right into Peacemaker Season 1, Episode 5, Monkey Dory. And we open with Peacemaker making the breakfast of champions, but feeling a little down. And he's feeling a little alone, except for his one true friend, Eagle-E. I mean, if you were going to have a pet, why not an eagle? Can you imagine? Holy shit.
Yeah, or a wolf.
Or a wolf, feel it. Did Kia stop by to check on Leota out of concern for her bae, or was it to make sure she wasn't creeping around with somebody else, you think?
It's a good question. Wait. Explain that question again before I say something fucking off topic there, yeah? So
well, Kia came by and she wanted to check on Leota because she's not answering her calls and she wants to check and make sure she's all right. But is she just checking to see if she's all right, or if she wants to see there's a reason she's not answering these calls? Maybe somebody else is in the house that shouldn't be.
You fucking us over, yeah. So simple. That's why I feel like Peacemaker. You know, watching the show, and it's worse for me. That means I'm a bigger idiot than this cunt. Because I'm like, chill. I'm accepting people for what they are. And when we're saying this, and the scenes is like, oh, maybe not. My answer to your question is, I am a simpleton.
Shit. Oh shit. The crew gather for an intel session and what they're up against, and Economos has done his best to put together a PowerPoint presentation, but Peacemaker cannot help but to just bash it and say how shitty it is. Like, were you hearing all the old school video game sound effects he had on there? I thought it was a great presentation.
Shout out to Donkey Kong.
Amazing. And how about that ridiculous list of names Peacemaker came up with, like, of all the people that his father Diebeard could have framed instead of his dad? Like, we definitely see how irritated Peacemaker is that he set his dad up with this stuff. He won't let it go.
No, you're talking about, because there is many human beings in this world. Khloe Kardashian, like Kanye West, you know. Now, I'm disappointed he didn't say Nas, to be honest with you. You know, as an R&B fan, I was like, you said Kanye West, you can't say Nas. Nas Stillmatic, you can't say Stillmatic.
That's awesome.
But yeah, he was saying a lot of names. Yeah, he's absolutely upset. Rightfully so, though. Sorry to stand up for Peacemaker here. Rightfully so. Like, you fuck, like, you like, as much of his dad is a piece of shit. Because like, you actually fucked up his dad. Like, think about Peacemaker as an individual here. Regardless who his dad is, you fucked up his dad.
Exactly. But I think the Economos might have kind of did it on purpose because he knows who his dad is. And it's like, why not get somebody bad off the streets in his mind? So I could see it, but yeah, a little too close to home. That was ridiculous. Yeah. Didn't Myrn have to know sending this shit show of a team to that alien food plant was going to cause a scene? Like, did he do it on purpose, maybe to out this so-called secret squad?
It's a good question. I never even thought about it like that. Shit. I thought they were simply just like, you know, pushing the plot. Like, it's like, we have to go here, A to B. It's like, yeah. Sorry, DJ. Look, I can't give you anything like really clever or intellectual. I just thought it was a simple. I thought it was a simple A to B. But
it could be. Maybe that's what it was. Absolutely could have been that. But I'm like, is Myrn just playing games inside of games, or is he just being on the level with these folks?
No, he's absolutely playing games upon games. Just at that point of the show, I was unaware. Yeah. Man, we have a lot to talk about Miriam, by the way. We let this shit fucking roll. We have a lot to talk about.
And Fargo's not on until tomorrow night, you fucking nerd. Like, dude, I got to give another shout out to the attention to detail on this show. Like how they keep calling back on stuff that's said.
Yeah, and how he calls him a fucking nerd. Where it's like, well, you really know when Fargo's played, you fucking nerd.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's like, what the fuck?
And that's the gist of it. I mean, it's amazing. And I love how they call out like all the BS most people would just like kind of let go or gloss over and ignore. Like, and the pointing out at like just how stupid some things we say are. Like his dad calling Detective Song Lucy Liu and her calling it out. Oh, because we're both Asian women. So should I call you Jimmy Fallon? Like, amazing. Absolutely amazing.
That was it. Do you know when the show hit a level to me, and it's all credit to you, DJ, because you put me onto it. It was literally when they knocked at his door, racist father's door, he literally said chopsticks. I was like, holy shit, this show does not give a fuck. So what do you want, chopsticks? So just to go with your friend, I was like, man, doesn't give a Jimmy Fallon, man. I think she could do better though, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? She could have said, you fucking want to be decrepit Edward and fucking Norton from American History X. Like she could have gone in on that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, that was weak. Jimmy Fallon, that's weak. That's poor. I'm sorry, that is a poor comeback, brother.
Oh, I loved it. But you got to look at it like, kind of skipping ahead as the progression. Like first she hits him with the fork, and now she's got it up to Jimmy Fallon, which is a great contrast to him calling her Lucy Liu. And then so that's got to make you think that on the next exchange, it's going to be even better. Like, so she's getting better as it goes on. Like, that's the way I'm taking it, which I just think is amazing. The writing that in like that is just.
Well, good. I hope by their end game where she turns around and says, do you want me to bite the curb and be your little American History X bitch? You know what I mean?
Right? Like, yeah, like
what levels are we going?
Yeah, that's what I think it's going to do. Like every time, it's just going to be a little bit better.
Well, it's not because she's not there anymore. So no, it's not going to happen. Can you give me a quick second? Can I have a quick Wii, my brother?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I have to play the Nintendo Wii. It doesn't mean the Wii is in the toilet. I'm a professional streamer with DJ. Yeah, it's I have a Nintendo Wii, and I just have to
make going deep into it. The deep dive.
I just have to make sure that my Nintendo Wii is still working, and that I wash it after I make sure it's still working.
Holy shnikes. Oh man, Peacemaker has just always been so clueless. The way he says he got bullied as a kid, I mean, the writing in this show is absolutely fantastic. How many times have you seen it so far, Jake? You say you've seen it. You say is this the one you said you watched twice through? I'm guessing you've seen all the way through episode 7. That's what you were watching earlier? Yeah, that's going to be amazing. Absolutely amazing. I got to find a way to chop this part out. How do I hit pause on a live stream and then bring it back without the live stream dying? Oh, yeah. Oh, where's that last one at? Oh, sure, that's not it. I was going to see if you guys... I do have all the trivia that we usually do, and I have them at the end of all these episodes, but I just figured these have been going so long that we'll just drop all those at the end of when we do the full season breakdown next week. And then I'll just break out all the trivia and see who remembers what from the season. It'll be even harder trying to go back and remember that. But yeah, once we have everybody on, we'll get it on and break out all those trivia questions. Because, yep, of course, have them all at the end of every episode, so... they will be on and running. Oh man, but that was so funny. Like I said, like how he's always been so clueless. He talks about how he got bullied as a kid because all the other kids called him a bully and said that was abusive and it hurt his feelings. Like just so off the wall, like on the wrong side or the back side of things. Like he's the bully, but he feels like he's being bullied. This character is phenomenal. Later on, they ask, "Do you have an origin story?" He thinks back on a sad thing, but he's like, "No, not really. Like just everything about this hero. Is he a hero though, or is he an anti-hero?" That is the question. It seems like he's trying his best to become a hero, but he's got a lot of work to do. He's like if Johnny from Cobra Kai had superpowers, or semi-superpowers. I wonder if they have if they share some of the same writers, because they're just clever as hell. I don't know which one's more which one's more on top of it. But yeah, the writing is very similar. I love both. Loving both shows right now. Absolutely. I don't know why the last one. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Sounds like he's coming back. What nickname did Leota call Judo Master? There's one for the chat. What nickname did Leota call Judo Master? Speaking of what I was just talking about. Oh, man. If you know, write it in the chat. And it sounds like we're going to be back on task. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, I missed it. Not sure I called that one. What state is Glam Tie in? What state is Glam Tie in? Said I've watched all the rest twice. Oh, man. Yeah. I don't think, yeah, I watch them twice just because I watch it. I watch it first just for enjoyment, and then I go back and rewatch it the second time right behind it and do the write the outline for it. I like doing it that way. It definitely gives me a little more details or lets me see a few things I might not have seen the first time around. Anyway, welcome back, Just John.
Sorry, my brother. Sorry.
Oh, that's all good. It was cool to see the difference in the van ride up to the alien food facility and then the trip back home. Like on the way there, Hardcore was being a total hard ass and no fun. But on the way back, she seemed to ease up and started enjoying herself a little bit. Even made a group chat, which none of them had ever been a part of, except for maybe Leota. Like it's funny how big a deal that was for all of them to be like accepted into a group chat for once.
You know, it was fucking and the mermaid. Let's talk about the mermaid emoji. It's beautiful. I love that where it's that's character involvement. Shout out the Guardians of the Galaxy for the record. I thought it's ironic that the Guardians of the Galaxy it was pretty funny. I didn't think it was amazingly funny. It was pretty funny, which is good. It's not bad. And for me, I thought what made the Guardians of the Galaxy movie really good was the music and the humor. And you can see that it's Gunn, aka Mr. Gunn, that's in charge of this shit. When you look at Peacemaker, the music is phenomenal. And the humor. And I think the connection, what he's really good at is the connection of the group. How he connected Hardcore. Horse Smile. Shout out to that actress. You know, Horse Smile, like she is actually, we're homies. It was kind of like that. And it was how it was done, we're homies. Not just that, for her, it was when it was sent to the rest of them and they're all like, I love the way it gave a reaction of everybody where it's like, we are homies. It's like, it was nice. It was nice. And then the Game of Thrones the fuck out of us.
And then Leota explains how this task force is totally off the book, so they're on their own. And Peacemaker says, what, 5 of us against alien invasion? And then Leota reminds him that about Myrn, and he's like, I was already counting him. I wasn't counting Diebeard because he's totally fucking useless. Like, dude, still so mad about his dad, who has no love for him, but he's just so sad that his dad got set up in this.
Yeah, how would you feel if you were in his shoes, DJ? How the fuck would you feel?
Oh, of course. It's like, dude, I'm sitting here trying to help you guys save the world, and you guys send my dad to jail in my stead. Like, that's awful.
Your problem. Do you know what, DJ? You're that type of dude as well. Your problems are your problems. We're like, look, I'll fucking deal with them. For you to take my problems and then make an opinion of them, fuck you. Do you know what I mean? I'm with him. Sorry, I'm with Peacemaker. Peacemaker, I think. Would you be the same, DJ? I'm team Peacemaker.
I'm on his side on this one for sure. I 100% feel him. I'm on his side. Like, out of all the people in the world, do I have to name all 100 again? Like, are you kidding me? That was amazing. And he did seem to soften up on him once he heard that he saw Hanoi Rocks live, though. It's like, it's funny how the music can bring them all together. Like, that old scene talking about music was just too good.
And then he stopped the car. You know, oh, okay, yeah, we're here.
No, so perfect.
Very good.
She wasn't having it. But yeah, the whole way they were talking about it, it's like, I'd rather listen to Vigilante silent farts. No, I wasn't. Then he starts making fart noises. Leota's like, what's that? He's like, jazz. was like,
Yeah, so that was pretty funny. Yeah, it's like that's jazzy.
oh,
Bill Withers would slap the shit out of you for that. Man.
Oh, that whole van scene was amazing. I love it.
Stop.
Back to the writing just being impeccable.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I agree.
And then
Where's our black man? Sorry, DJ. Where's our black man superhero in this shit? You know, do you think he's going to be in the second series? So let's be random for a second. We'll continue on, but you know, we have Vigilante. He's a cracker who likes to dress like a turtle. We have Peacemaker. He's an over buffet. He's kind of like a fucking extra meal in KFC for a cheap price. You know, all that meat you can just devour in seconds. And then we have Adebayo, an overweight black woman. Then we have fucking the Asian detective, who I forget her name. I only know it because the racist dad call her Chopsticks.
Detective Song, Sophie Song.
Oh yeah, Sophie Song. There you go. So not Detective Chopsticks. So I'm like, where do we go? You know, the only piece we're missing in this is where's the black lad? Do you know what I'm saying? We need a black lad up in this bitch, and an Asian lad. It's like we need. Well, no, we do have the Asian lad. He's a fucking midget who's a judo master. Never mind. So where's the black man? This show is racist as fuck. Sorry, I'll just come up with a theory. It's racist.
So you need Mern to come up with a cape.
I need Mern to not be an alien. Like, why does the black man have to be an alien? This show is racist as fuck. I am being funny about it.
Back at the plant, the crew get ready to break in, and the ladies Rochambeau to see who gets teamed up with Vigilante. And it was fun to see him whining about like how he's never going to get to kill anybody with a chainsaw. And again, the way they can wrap these up back and tie it all up is just phenomenal. Leota says, "You're going to be chill, right?" Peacemaker's like, "Of course." And then 3 steps in, he just starts blasting fools. Like that
was class though, because you're like, what the fuck? You're even looking, going, what the fuck, man? And you're like, is this Peacemaker being a big fucking dickhead? And then he's like, no, he has X-ray vision, and he says, no, I have X-ray. Like he's more ahead of the game than you think. He's like, no, I have X-ray vision. You have butterflies in their face, which DJ, sadly for me, means I fucking got that shit wrong. You know where I thought the clone and the colonize? It's like, no, they're fucking killing people. They're infesting. They're infesting, and they are actually.
Economos gave a whole PowerPoint on what's going on with that and how it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And then this whole sequence was like a video game. I can definitely see one being dropped in the near future with this. Like they're not going to make that dollar.
Yes, but I take an L. Can I just say I take an L? As soon as he started popping them shots, it was for the record. It was a beautifully like shot, as horrible as it is, you know, seeing people being banged. It was beautifully done because I was like, oh shit, oh yeah, that's Peacemaker being a dickhead. It's like, no, I have X-ray vision, butterflies are in their face, and then if you can understand my point from your last conversation, I was like, oh fuck, the butterflies are totally killing people. Like they're like
exactly, they gotta die.
They're going into their face, they're going into their mouth, like like it's their mouth and then up through their fucking brains. In fact. How can I ask you though? How does the butterfly go? Like, because like if you look at the biology of a human being, it's like down here digestive system. Like, what does the butterfly fucking? I don't know. Maybe it's
you can see all the blood that's coming out. It's like burrowing its way into the brain. That's why I say maybe it eats brains, because the way it just burrows in like that, and like maybe that's how it survives at first until it can get to some food. It's eating people's brains, and then it takes over. I don't know.
I like that. I like that. Your logic is on point.
I like how Peacemaker just pulls out his new toy saying he's done fucking around. And then Leota asks, how many is that going to take out? And he just says, I don't know. Just made it this morning. Like, just zero fucks given from this guy. He does not care anymore.
Yeah, but the fact he said he made it this morning, that's something we wanted to touch upon. It's like, as we say, he's a marksman. He's durable. You know, it's like, what the fuck do you mean you made it this morning? Like you said that you were raised with kids. You call it Prince Charming because his penis was like a scepter. Nobody liked it. You call your best friend Veiny McVeins and shit. And it's like, how are you creating this shit? Do you know what I mean? It's like it doesn't make sense. Like that's some deep thinking, like weapon creative shit.
Oh, that's all. He's a weapons master. That's the whole point of him being on the team, is being a weapons master. You know, to make him create and use basically every weapon known to man.
Was that his thing in Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
Did I miss that? Like, okay, so because I just thought he's very durable. He can take a lot of damage and like
Oh
get up.
no, he's like the number one marksman on the planet. But then he finds out that you got to watch it. But yeah,
What
he's
about Deadshot though? Here, Deadshot is on the Suicide Squad. Is he not the number one marksman?
he's not on the second Suicide Squad.
Yeah, but
But
he's on
yeah,
the fourth. Yeah, but he's on the first one. Like,
right. Yeah, technically he should be. And then they have another guy that comes in. Yeah, there's definitely some people up for the running of that. But that's like his whole aspect.
Okay, sorry, dude. Yeah, that's just me. You know, like as you would be. I'm like, man,
right.
what are we
Yeah,
doing?
yeah.
So his shit in the Suicide Squad was like, how did they introduce him? Saying number one marksman.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Pretty much that.
Sorry, I missed that. I just thought he's very durable. Was there no question about like as you say, a building fell and he got shot in the neck? Like his durability should be his number one.
Right, which pretty much is after you see that. But after his bomb blows, Adebayo's like, "Run, Leota would have been nice," and Peacemaker realized you have to be told to run from a bomb. Like just the raw dog attacks of him is amazing.
I'm sorry, facts though. Like it's right, and even right. I am not a marksman in any way, but that shit was like, yo, if you looked at that shit, you're like, man,
I don't have to be told anything. I'm about to be out. Yeah, I've been running before even through it. Absolutely. So they make it through the door only to find out now they have a gorilla to contend with, and the one we heard on the TV that had been stolen from the zoo has found its way here to the factory. Why do you think the butterflies stole it and brought it here? Just to protect like security, or why did they do that?
Right. Did the gorilla, right? That's my question, yeah, because as you say, throwbacks. Did the gorilla like escape from the facility, or did they?
It said
they're butterflies. Their ability, they can take over fucking anybody. Like so, like why would they have to manufacture an escape from a gorilla? Did they just like put that shit in the gorilla and to be like, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here? It's like there's so many.
Well, it said it was stolen, so I don't know. The guys on the news said the gorilla was stolen, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just a butterfly that broke out.
Yeah, well, the guys on the news back in the 1970s said that Russia was putting missiles on America, man. The guys on the news are fucking.
You saying you can't believe the news?
Yeah, sorry, my bad. I just thought, yeah, I get it, but right, for the shout out for the show, yeah, I personally think they put a butterfly into that gorilla, and then they put butterflies into whoever fucking owned the fucking zoo. And I was like, yeah, let's bang this motherfucker out so he can run to that factory and fucking talk. Because a gorilla, it's a fucking gorilla. It's like putting a fucking butterfly into a chimpanzee. You know, like the strength of them motherfuckers. It's very clever.
Which makes the PowerPoint presentation that Economos made earlier like even more prevalent. Like bringing a gorilla into it. And then we hear the gorilla speak, which lets us know that it too is infected by a butterfly. So there's definitely a butterfly in it. And then as it's going for the kill move on Peacemaker, Economos takes it out with a chainsaw. And didn't you just know like Vigilante was going to be pissed about that?
I didn't, right? I can honestly say I didn't see that coming. I just thought that was just a cool. For me, that was a build-up scene for like Peacemaker to like respect. I still say Diebird because he hasn't won me over yet, so I'm on the Peacemaker call. But I'm like, you know, it's like that was his way. Like, man, give me a small ground into being okay. How Vigilante took that. It's like, yeah, man, I totally mentioned Chainsaw. Like he stole that moment from him. It's like, man, I felt like Peacemaker. Man, you shut the fuck. I love Peacemaker, but man, shut the fuck.
Exactly.
It's kind of like get over yourself, man.
Because after saving his life, like he totally calls Economos a stud, so it looks like their relationship's about to take a turn for the better. And like I was saying earlier, the vibe in the van trip has totally changed. Like this has been a bonding experience, and it even softened up that hard-ass hardcore. So that was amazing.
Well, and the songs, you know what? The songs are phenomenal. Let's not fuck around.
The music score of this series
phenomenal,
is second to none. And then some funny business is going on back at the jail. Like, even though his dad is innocent, his prince came back from the lab as a match. So it looks like someone else doesn't want him going free either, guilty or not. Like, Detective Song has a copy of his prints, so we just know this is going to end up being a problem because she knows the truth.
Yeah, and our daddy is a judge.
Our uncle, yeah.
And sorry, her uncle, sorry.
And what do you do in that situation? Like fight for the truth or feel that justice has been served on a bad man that's been getting over on the system for years?
Yeah, right. I have a question to go with that is like her uncle, yeah, who would be a judge like he would be a judge, not off judge. What fucking English is that? He would be a judge of many years of building a career that he would just come in, let's talk about it. And that's oh shit. It's like no. If you were a judge, I would like to believe, and so like even if it was your nephew or your niece, fuck out of here. Like I have a career off, having to be a judge. I was like, nah, come in here, baby.
Well, he seemed scared.
I don't see that happening.
It seemed like he knew a little more information because he didn't say like, "Oh, come in and talk about it." He's like she knows it's about Peacemaker, and as soon as she said Peacemaker, he was like, "Come in, like get out, like come in real quick. You might be being watched now if you're talking that name." So it almost seemed like he knew more about than what he was letting on, and he was worried for her. Like, get in here, and if this is what you need, I'll do it. But you need to be careful and step carefully, which he doesn't do. So who knows?
Yeah, it's a weird movement. That's all I'm saying. Because if this butterfly thing is really a threat, he would have told her to back the fuck off. Get the fuck away from that.
Yeah, exactly. If he really knew too much about it.
Yeah, if he knew what you're saying, he would have guided his niece to get the fuck away from that.
I don't think he knows much, but I think he knows enough that he should be worried about it, like the way he hurried her into the home. But how about the back and forth between Vigilante and Hardcore? Like, what about a Chihuahua? It wouldn't fit. It'd be cool, though. No, there'd be nothing cool about it. Like, what would be cool? Why don't you tell me? Like, such a sociopath, the way he just flips everything.
Nonsensical. Yeah, nonsensical. It's like, yeah, what do you mean, why don't you tell me? You fucking asked the question. Yeah, I loved how they kind of dragged that out a little bit, where it's like the Hardcore's calling them on it, saying, no, you asked that question, you tell me. And then they left it, and now you're waiting on Marion to come in, and it's like, give this, like, just quill the Marion is like the Captain America of shit. It's like, man, I have to come in and deal with this. Like shout out to Marion, to be fair, on that situation, DJ, before you carry on. Because it's like it's easy to say Captain America. Captain America had Thor. We know we have Ego there. You have the Hulk. We know we have Aggro. You have Black Widow, aka Hardcore, the closest thing. And then it's like these are people who you can actually make a team of, a fucked up team. But it's like with Marion's team, you're fucked. Like Captain America could not guide this team for shit. No. You know what I mean?
No, just a bunch of fuck ups. He said everybody deserves a fair trial. He's like, he said Team Cap all the way. I don't know. I might have been, I don't know about that.
I disagree. I was Team Tony Stark in Civil War. Just say.
Oh, we then see the detectives going to visit the Judge Judy, who just so happens to be her uncle, like we were just talking about. And when she asked if he'd ever heard of Peacemaker, and he got her right in, like, I don't know. Like I said, I think he definitely knows something. He doesn't know much, but he definitely knows something there, and it's not to be messed with. And it seems like that group text is exactly what everyone needed. It just showed like how isolated each of them are and like in need of finding their pack.
Yeah, but is that right? Is that a genuine conclusion, of the group, or is it an overscale season 2 kind of reveal, probably at the end? Whereas Amanda Weller, I knew you people would get along this way, and I knew this would happen, and I even put my niece on the line because I believed in you. Do you know crazy shit? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm playing 4-dimensional chess where my ability is in playing fucking snakes and ladders. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I could be way off, but it's like Amanda Weller is saturated in this shit.
Yeah, absolutely could be. And Leona and Peacemaker become even closer, having a celebratory nightcap together that is absolutely disgusting. And why is he so bad at making drinks? Is it just because he's never had any friends to celebrate with before?
No, but in my defense, right, and this is tough because that's a fucked up question, DJ, because your whole channel, if you don't watch DJ for theories in Game of Thrones, his whole shit is about making, what a proper drink tastes like, and I'm an Irish man, so it's like, I should know, that's what you set me up on that question, so all I will say is, if you make a fucked up concoction, of your own belief, is that the first thing you should do is like drink it. And it's like, if that shit is shy, you fucking you drop and bin that, and you never tell anybody that you tried to do that. And the fact that Peacemaker did that, and he he's like, yeah, no, it's great. It's like I've no answer for it. It's like what, like no, you even drank it yourself and it was shy. So I cannot explain what's because I have tried to make like concoctions and the ones that were nice to me, I passed out, and the majority kind of were like, that's okay. Do you know what I mean? The reason why is because I tasted it first. Do you get me? Where it's like, yeah, that's nice. I took the first sip. He let fucking her take the first sip of that shit. I'm like, what?
Like I said, he just has
And,
no social skills because he's never had friends to do this and party with before and celebrate with.
yeah, but like, is that a social skill or just a common sense
Absolutely,
thing?
because once you were kicking it with people and like you made it wrong, they'd be like, "No, man, you do it like this. It's socially helped."
Yeah, but he took a sip of his own shit after it, and he was like,
Yeah, he's trying to play it off like he didn't give her something disgusting. Like, no, that's good. I like it. Epic fail.
I don't know. That must no offense to America, but that must be an American thing. Because over in Ireland, if you done that shit, you'd be called out on that shit in seconds, man. It's like get the fuck out of here. That shit's shite. How
Oh,
dare you offer me something that you
how,
would not drink?
how sad is it that Peacemaker is actually like feeling this bonding moment, and Leota knows she's doing something shitty by planting that diary in his home. Like that's just ridiculous. And Leota can't sleep, so she heads into the office, and then Peacemaker's helmet is still there. So she decides to have some fun and try it on. And as she's looking around, she sees that Mern himself is indeed a butterfly, and she runs, but he easily catches her. Like, what do you think he was going to do to her right in that situation?
No, if you're in my mind, yeah, I missed the one of the most important scenes of the last fucking episode where his shit dropped into the honey. I'm gone. My HBO subscription was kind of lagging
Spotty
online,
out
yeah.
there across the pond.
Online it was lagging, yeah, and I missed that. So when she put the X-ray shit on, it was like I was fucking Leo. You know, I was looking like, and I was like, oh shit. And in my head, I was like, man, I got fucking 10 things wrong, but I got one of the most important things wrong, motherfucker. Go back and watch your stream. Oh, natural. But yeah, I knew he was not going to touch her or fuck her up, man. And then hardcore turned up. It's like, yeah, he's
You
not.
didn't think he was going to hurt her ever. You were never worried for her.
No, it wasn't. I know because of my because of my opinion earlier. You know, in Air Force stream, it's like, nah, I did not see that happening.
Oh, Jake wants to know where is Mern getting his honey from?
His mama. Sorry, it was cheap, Jay. That was a cheap reply. Where is he getting his honey from? Obviously, the whole thing though. If you watch like Mirren, yeah, his whole thing, as I say, when the snipers were watching and he dropped the tongues. Remember, DJ, if you, I would love a clip of just my ignorance to be like, fucking nailed it. Do you know, I'm just come to saying shit and he's known shit that he shouldn't know. It was his chill shit. You know, when he was speaking with like fucking Diebird. I'm not going to call him by that. It's Diebird. And they're hitting that shit and he's like, I don't know what chili is. Is chili a feeling? It's kind of like, why the fuck would you say that? That's some weird ass dialogue. It's like you're an alien. You know, the fact he's a part of the butterflies. I made up an alien race and I said Phazon, yeah? Yeah, made them up. But I was like, maybe they're in conflict. But I was like, I was on the right path, just on the wrong road. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I got it. It's like, yeah, man, he's a good dude. Like, he's a good dude.
So that's a long way. That's a long way around of saying how's he getting the honey?
I don't know. I have no answer for that. I'm single. Yeah. DJ, in my defense, yeah, I'm a single man. I am not the man to ask for how another man is getting the honey. If I knew that, I wouldn't be single. You know, there's my answer for that. There's my answer.
Maybe that's what he's doing, going around creeping out senators and other butterflies that he knows as butterflies and stealing their selection once he takes them down.
Yeah, in my defense, as a single man, I promise you, I'm not going around and stealing senators' honeys. Yeah, just as a copyright deflection.
Oh, bada boom, bada
boom. How is he getting the honey? Wait, stop. How do you think he's getting the honey?
I just told you. I think he's going around like he did to the senator and taking people out, taking different butterflies out and stealing their stash. I don't think the senator is the first family he's gone after. I think he's known about butterflies and been taking them out. And then he probably just takes what stash they have and been living on that.
Okay.
I don't know. We should assume we should have known. We don't know what the authorities know. We'll find out. So we're just going to break it down. Peacemaker Season 1, Episode 6, Mern After Reading. And first, a question from the last stream. The opening theme song is not original to the show. It's actually called Do You Want to Taste It by Wigwam off their 2010 album, Nonstop Rock and Roll. So you're right. It is too good to just be an original. It was actually a song that the producers fell in love with and definitely wanted on the show.
Respect to your research, man, brother. Respect to that.
Absolutely, knock it out.
And it is a great. And you know what? That song is more known to the world than it ever was. So respect to the show and respect to the original.
Absolutely. And now that we know that the butterflies do indeed take over human bodies, do you still think I'm 200% wrong about that being what's going on in the opening sequence? They're all being controlled by butterflies?
I love. You're a piece of shit, dude. I know what you did. See, that's why you're laughing. Oh, I know what you do. Yeah, I got it, Mr. Butterfly. Yeah, I got it. Well done. I was wrong. Yeah.
But do you think do you think at all that is what's going on? Like that's kind of what they're showing us, is they're all being controlled by butterflies doing that dance?
Sorry, don't be a small cunt. Yeah, carry on. You're right, DJ. Sorry, DJ. I'll give you what you want. Yeah.
Oh no. Also, it looks like I was right about the Peacemaker. What Peacemaker found in Annie's apartment. It looks like it indeed was a spaceship.
All right, you're very humble. It's nice to see you. You're very humble. I thought you were just humble about that thing. Right. If I can say, is in the Peacemaker opening, no, you're fucking wrong, man. It's just by people acting, being a fucking big dickhead and showing John Cena as likable as an actor, and everybody else can be a fucking fool and they dance, and they're not confident in their story where they can look like fucking douchebags in their opening to say we have a story to tell you. So I disagree with you there, but fuck you. Everything else, you were right. Yeah. Everything. I humbly. Well done. Linger in your own honey and get the fuck on with your questions about this episode, you piece of shit. Yeah. Well done. Yeah. That's all. Well done, DJ. Yeah. Good. Well done.
Bravo.
Does that sound like a butterfly clapping to you? Does it twerking? Yeah.
But, we get started off with Leota fearing for her life since she found out Myrna is indeed a butterfly, and we also see that Hardcore has figured it out already as well. Like asking the same questions we were last episode, like why didn't he get hurt worse when the explosion went off in his face? So she just used all those clues and absolutely figured it out on her own.
Did you pick up on that though? Did you?
Yeah, we were talking about that last episode. Remember? Like why did he not get more hurt? Like why was he okay with that wall exploding in his face? We're actually talking about that.
Yeah, but by we, you mean you, because I didn't pick up on that.
Well, I was trying not to give any spoilers because I had already seen farther than you had in the show.
See, I'm weird, DJ. I pick up on little things where it's like, you know, that little conversation where it's like, it's not chili. It's like, I don't know what chili is. It's like, on that show, it's like, alien. On that shit with the explosion, like, that's where I'm simple, you know. On the small things I pick up where it's like, clever. On the big things, that's obvious, where it's like, oh, yeah.
Didn't see that.
I missed that. But I'm still right. So fuck you. Go on, DJ. What's next? Go on, brother.
Mern and Hardcore take her inside to settle her down and try to explain. And Mern tells her that the one that was inside Goff, which is also the one that Peacemaker captured, is indeed their queen. And it's so great how like they run with taking things so literally. Like the one in Goff, she's our leader. She? Why she? Well, she has a vagina. Unlike humans, we don't name our genitalia. Like that whole back and forth was killing me.
That was
And we also hear the butterflies are indeed evil and want to take over our world. So we got another one answered right there. And the one, what's that?
Artie evil.
I mean, they want to take over our bodies and then take over our world. That's pretty evil in my mind. It's not
but let me, when y'all go left, let me go right. It's maybe there's some sections of them that want to take over, and maybe there's some sections that just want to live here.
I don't know. At the end of this one, they all look like they were following the one queen, so they seem to be on the pretty much the same page to me.
And when we get to that, you go left, DJ. I got the right, brother. That's why we're here. I got the right. Actually, I'm gonna become you at the end of this.
Oh, let's go. The one inside Myrn said he found the worst person he could so he could fight back. And does it make him any less evil that the body he took over was a very bad man? Like, he even admitted Myrn could have changed if given the chance.
Yeah, and also, how would you know this person was a bad man unless you went into him? Like, you could only go by opinions. Like, how the fuck would you have a butterfly?
Well, I mean, if he was somehow the butterflies can read computers or whatever, so I mean, maybe he hacked a computer and saw the evil stuff that this guy's done. Like, I mean, and we saw that he did do a bunch of evil stuff when that guy that became the captain cop came in. Like, he said, "Oh, what, you're judging me?" He's like, "You were pretty bad yourself there, pal." And then Myrn's like, "Well, recently I've changed," but it still doesn't change all the evil acts that he did before that.
Yeah, well, if butterflies could hack the computers, then like there wouldn't be a fucking season 1. So,
I mean, they have to.
I don't think they could do that because there wouldn't be a season 1 for that. It'd be game over. Like, the game would be over before it started.
They're doing something with computers because Agent Sophie went in there and like switched her computer around to be able to talk alien, and then tapped out and then called out to all the other aliens. So they have to have some kind of alien or some kind of computer interface.
Yeah. Okay. So if they have this higher ability, then how did they do that? Like, why are they doing that so late now? Whereas, like, when they obviously could do that at the start. So, like, there should not be a war. It should be just like over. Like, it should be game over. If they
Why is that? Like, Myrn's just doing it because he wants to fight back against all of them, but the rest of them seem like they're just now coming to invade everything. Like, they're playing the long game, starting to infect senators and people in power so they can take over the world.
Okay, so my question is, yeah, if they have their own technology where they can encrypt air technology, they logged onto a human computer, and the alien language could be portrayed through that to send that for, we know what happens after that, which we will get it. But what I'm saying is, if they have that ability, like, why didn't they do that at the start? Where it's like, and then why wasn't Amanda Weller not telling Superman or Batman, like, yeah, fuck in here, man, we're fucked. Like, there's nothing Peacemaker can save here. Like, that's some low tier shit.
She's trying to keep it away from them and have plausible deniability. I think that's the whole reason for the diary and setting up Peacemaker. She wants to act like she didn't know anything about this, and there was no way.
Yeah, but but Amanda Weller's thing is about the safety of the human race. So why
is it? What if we find out that the reason she has no love for human life is because she's been a butterfly this whole time?
Yeah, because that's not DC Comics, you might call that's sorry, DJ, I love your shit, but that's not happening.
Jake Cruz says we better not lose the butterflies. Don't trust the parasite, even if it's helping. Yeah, exactly. Is Myrn really a good guy? That's a big question.
I think Myrn is a good guy, for the record.
Could be. He seems like he is. We also hear that Amanda Waller does not know about Myrn. Like, you think Leota's going to end up telling her mom what's going on?
Doesn't matter. At this stage, doesn't matter.
You don't think it matters if she ends up telling her mom that Myrn's a butterfly or not? Like, the main guy running your entire operation is one of them?
Do you think that Amanda Weller is unaware that it's like, I'm going to hire you to fight against a possible invasion, and you are one of the incubators of their impossible invasions? Like, that's Amanda. Like, if anything, you're not giving Amanda Weller credit here. It's like she.
So you think she knows about Myrn already?
Everything.
Could be. I like that. That'd be amazing if she did. After the dance number, we see Peacemaker breaks through to a grade school class, and it's show and tell time. And the kids just always keep it real, and this classroom is no exception. Like, the questions these kids were asking were absolutely amazing. Like, this whole classroom scene. And we even find out Peacemaker may have a daughter. I was dying.
Oh, that was fucking sorry. If we let go all the questions we said before just to have fun with that show, that was all. And Jamil, he's like, yeah, man. to get to you do it, imagine, because I did not understand why he was doing that. I was like, why the fuck you, for your ego? But he wasn't actually doing it for his ego. It was for Jamal. Like, it's like,
Yeah, he's trying to make him
nice.
look cool. Such a
I was
great
like,
scene. He's trying to embellish his victory over the kite man, and the kid gets all practical on him. Like, wouldn't it have just been brought down by gravity? Like, even better, Peacemaker called him the kid with the sad eyes, and I just happened to pause it right there while I was writing this, and he just had the saddest eyes when I paused it. Like, the flawless details in this show, impeccable. It was
oh,
a
it's
great
class.
it was a great callback to the scene with his dad's neighbor, like when that kid asked, "Do you have a coterie of supervillains?" He's like, "No!" Just screams at him. Or when he called that girl the gender swapped Alfred E. Newman, I was crying, dude. Like for all the kiddies out there too young to remember, that's the main character on the Mad magazines. I was dying.
See, I did not even cop that. Like, there was too much. Like, there was too much happening too quick. Where I just, that's great. I did not even know that. That's excellent. Well done, Mr. Gunn, who writes it. Well done, Mr. Gunn. Well done.
When asked if he has an origin story, we get a flashback and see it indeed was it him who killed his brother. Like, you think we're going to actually see in the next 2 episodes what exactly happened in that situation with his brother's death?
Okay. I'll put myself on the line here, DJ. Yeah, I believe that's what happened, but I also believe that they can write something where it's like it didn't happen, where it's like how can you write yourself out of two brothers fighting, and then it's hard.
No, I'm sure.
But it can be done. Like I am absolutely open where it's like, man, you can do some shit.
Jake thinks we will for sure. Absolutely.
Sorry, DJ, because his brother is a superhero too.
Maybe.
You know, well, not superhero, but powers. Yeah, obviously, if he has powers, he has powers. Maybe I'm with you on the X-Men. Skip a strand of DNA. So I'm absolutely with you. Where I'm like, I think that's what happened. So yeah, I accept the story that's in front of me.
Absolutely.
What do you mean, really? What do you think? What do you think happened? Sorry, what do you think happened?
I just think, I think you're right. I think there's going to be some kind of twist there. I just think they're like something was going to happen, and I don't know if they were actually like those two were fighting. I think it's going to be something else, and the dad's just going to come in and blame him because the dad's just never really liked him. But I think in the end, I don't know if it was him. Like maybe they were fighting two other bullies, and because Peacemaker didn't knock out the other bully, and the bully was able to hit the brother, and the brother ended up hitting his head on a rock and had a spasm or something. So it's because Peacemaker didn't save him. It wasn't necessarily Peacemaker that knocked him out, but he wasn't there to save him. That's why the dad kind of blames him for the death.
But didn't his dad kind of set up the fighting pit?
Maybe. Like we don't know. That's what I'm saying. We don't know. They need to give us a little bit more of exactly what happened right there. It could be, but okay. Yeah, we're not sure exactly what happened right there.
Okay. Well, all I will say as DJ goes right far right. Is it not from a political standpoint, is it? I mean it from a theory standpoint. As you go here, I'm gonna go here and say, man, I think that's the story they told us. You know what I mean? But who knows? Who knows?
Path, absolutely. I thought
I will throw it in your face if I'm wrong.
There you go. I thought Jamal was a pretty okay, down to earth guy, but in the words of Peacemaker, it seems like he's a total douchebag. Like he's all into like making other kids in his daughter's class feel like shit. What kind of man does that? Jamal is not a good man, I don't think.
I think right though. Obviously, I think he's over exaggerated. You know, as in like fuck you, and I want mine to be the best, and fuck them. But I think that's a natural human reaction, where you want your family to be the best.
Like, maybe your family to be the best, but not necessarily for little kids to feel like shit. That was over the top.
Well, yeah, shout out to Toyman.
Detective Song's plan seems to be working as she gets Peacemaker's dad released from jail. She also like stepped up her disc game. Like it's funny, after chastising her for a weak comeback with Fork, like we see it took her no time at all to like leave him in the dust when it comes to the verbal sparring of her partner. Then all of a sudden it's her partner sounding up like an idiot coming up with lame comebacks. That was just ridiculous when she was letting Peacemaker's dad out, and then he's like, "Yeah." He's like, Are you kidding me? You couldn't have just shut up and let it go like I had it. And you just had to ruin my outtake. Oh, the verbal sparring just is becoming a thing. And then Peacemaker's dad gets released, and we hear, like, after taking care of a few necessities, he plans on killing his son. You think he's actually going to try, or do you think he'll try and not be able to go through with it when the time comes, or do you think he's actually going to try to kill Peacemaker?
He is absolutely going to try and kill his fucking son. My thing is, when it comes to the butterflies, is obviously they can take over a body. Is I think there's an engagement with Peacemaker and fucking his dad. See that's a one important. His dad is to me what the white dragon. Yeah. So peace. See, fuck dragons, man. Team Wolf, brother. See that shit. Team Wolf. Ow. Dragons are pieces of shit. All colors and all creeds, they're pieces of shit. Equality. But to answer your question is, I think if I'm a butterfly, yeah, I wanna fly into that motherfucker's mouth, man. That motherfucker's like has superpowers, and I wanna enhance his shit. You know what I mean? It's like I think Peacemaker's dad and what's it, Augie, whatever the fuck is piece of shit. Yeah, POS. Yeah, let's just call it that. And I think if you're a butterfly and you want to take over, you should look at the top echelon to take over before the bottom.
Superhero. I'd be going for superheroes.
So they'd be the top echelon. So it's like I'd be looking for a plot twist of a butterfly fucking flying into his fucking brain. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, wow. Like, but at the same point, would that be a kill off? Because I believe that Peacemaker and his father, they need to get that standoff. Yeah, it's all built like they need
for sure gonna fight.
So if a butterfly flies into his shit, it's like it kind of, it's not, they will not get that standoff. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
or maybe they will, and that's the way Peacemaker will be able to kill his own dad, is because he'll know that it's not him, it's actually a butterfly in there. Maybe that's the reason he'll do it and be able to do it. But I don't think so. I think it's actually going to be Vigilante that kills Peacemaker's dad. Recalling the earlier episode when he saw the dad's costume and made reference to its weak points.
That does actually pay off to the story, you know, where he's like, man, I tried to kill his dad and shit. Like the payoff is, yeah, I see that. I see it. I'm just thinking from the aspect of the enemy. You know, that's my philosophy with life. Whereas I don't think about me. I think about if I'm facing off against somebody, I want to get into their brain. Ironically enough, and if I'm a butterfly, man, I wanna. Like, why the fuck am I focusing on fucking Peacemaker's dad when I can take over him? Do you know what I mean? It's like, why aren't we taking over these motherfuckers? So yeah, I'm lost on it, but I like your vigilante. I like your vigilante shit. That's actually pretty cool.
Back at his place, we see how annoyed Peacemaker is getting with Vigilante. It seems like everything he does is irritating, even the way he knocks. And then to snap him out of the funk, he notices the butterfly drew a peace sign on the jar. The second I saw that, I would have killed that damn thing on the spot. Like, any alien talking about "we come in peace" is getting blasted instantly. I saw Mars.
Wow. Boy, talk to me, DJ. Boy, though, if someone's doing a peace sign, why?
I saw Mars attacks. We come in peace, and then they kill you. Hell no, you ain't getting me. I saw the movie.
No, what happened in Mars Attacks was that a dove flew off and they thought it was an attack. They did not know a dove meant peace. You know, different alien and cultures and shit. But that's how that movie went off, brother. It was a dove of peace, and they didn't know if that was a laser gun or a nuclear bomb.
No. You talking about I come in peace and I see you blasting heads. I hear them words. I'm killing first. Strike first, straight Cobra Kai style.
Oh yeah, Cobra Kai. shout out to Snafuzi and DJ.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, boys. I don't know. I chill on that, like little peace sign. I would. And DJ's aggressive as I come off. I would. Okay, what's going on? Maybe I'm Peacemaker. I'm a simpleton.
Like Jake says, you leave in pieces. Absolutely. Come in peace, leave in pieces. Detective Song got the whole department to move out on Peacemaker. If Captain Locke was put in charge, why didn't he just tell everybody to stand down? I mean, he's the new man in charge. Why is he letting Detective Song run this when he didn't want him to? That was kind of weird.
Because it would raise suspicion.
Yeah, that's true. It definitely would. He at least called Myrn to give him the heads up, but Myrn calls Peacemaker and he wouldn't answer. Luckily, Vigilante had his phone, and when he hears Barbie Girl start to bump, he decides to answer it. It's like, of course, he had Barbie Girl for a ringtone.
Yeah, and Peacemaker said, "Give me the fucking phone." So let's get Peacemaker credit at this. He even fucking knows.
If anything, he's smarter than Vigilante. We got that much. And once again, we see just how much of a dipshit Vigilante is when all he wants to know, like, once he knows the butterfly can communicate, is what its favorite color is. Like, come on, man. You're talking to an alien and you want to know what its favorite color is. Like, that was amazing.
Yeah, not once, not twice.
And then he gets flustered by all the rules. He's like, 2 fucking rules, yes or no questions, and don't be a fucking moron. Like, oh, dude, I was like, he's like, how am I supposed to follow the second one? Like, I was loving this scene.
That's why I stopped doing Game of Thrones streams. They're hard rules to follow.
Oh, too many rules. He gets so mad, he just ends up screaming at him. And, like, I got to say, I've had a couple of friends that were that annoying. I was feeling them at that moment. They see they're completely surrounded, so they get on the roof. And, like, how does no one see that bright red shirt on that flat-ass roof? I was like, come on now. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but how did he also see the eagle? And, like, there's no reaction originally. You know, it's like, oh, well, you can see the eagle there. And they went out of their way to do that camera shot where it's like, oh, there's an eagle on the roof. Let's not say shit.
And I was like, why is Peacemaker so worried about Eagly? Like, he basically gave up his position whistling for it. Like, why? It's like, that thing can fly off and find you at any time. What are you so worried about? That was just crazy. Just the ridiculousness of it. And wouldn't Peacemaker's life be easier if he wouldn't have stopped Vigilante from killing Detective Song? Like, kind of like that Batman analogy, just locking up the Joker instead of putting him down. Like, how many more are going to die now that Song's released the White Dragon?
Oh, I like that. I like your warden to that. But it's like, how would he? You know, it's a fucked up situation. My question would be, so Detective down, she's out of the game. My question is, why did the butterfly fucking fly into her when Peacemaker was obviously fucking there? Like, does Peacemaker have an ability? Like, it's like, if you're that butterfly, and you're like, right, fucking Vigilante's an idiot. Which you can roll with that. But it's like, why would you take over a fucking human detective when you could have just...
Maybe it's like what you were saying earlier. It's like she's going to end up feeling sorry for it, or like he knows that he could have been a lot worse to her when she had him caged up, and he wasn't. He was good to her, so maybe she's like, all right, I'll let you live a little while longer. Flew into Song. Or maybe Song has more power, and she just wants somebody with more power because they were flying into senators. They want to, like, keep up in their game and flying into powerful people. And maybe Detective Song has more power than Peacemaker.
Yeah, so that's as the episode went on and ended, that's what made me question it, saying, well, why the fuck, like, you should have just taken over Peacemaker. Like, that dude has like, he's a superhero in a sense.
Maybe he's too strong. Like, he would have been able to stop her from going in the mouth, and he would have been able to pull her back out and kill her, maybe.
But do you think that, like, she knows that?
That the queen?
Yeah.
Probably.
She should have tried that, no?
I don't know. She probably took one look at him and was like, I wouldn't be able to make it in before he ripped me out and killed me, so let me just take this little Asian woman that I know I can overpower. Who knows? But I don't know. They seem pretty...
I'll take that. Yeah.
They seem pretty strong being able to get in. But dying probably would have been a better fate than what she ended up getting in the long run. So I don't know. Maybe he should have just let Vigilante kill her because he's going to be ruthless all the way around. How great a sidekick is Eagly, though? Just taking out all those cops that were about to stop Peacemaker from getting away. Like, it was a little much when he pecked out that one officer's eye, but Eagly was doing the thing.
Yeah, I'd be afraid, though. You know, when animals stick up for the heroes, like, they're about to get killed for a scene that matters. I was a bit worried, to be honest. I was like, don't kill the eagle. Like, kill Vigilante or put fucking Peacemaker in hospital, but don't kill the fucking eagle.
They get away clean, but Vigilante can't stay out of his own way and tosses Peacemaker's secure phone out the window, which had irreplaceable cute pictures of Eagly on there. It's like, then he flips out when Vigilante brings up the cloud. Like, I was like, trust me, bud, your pics are still up there whether you signed up for it or not. But that's a topic for a different stream. But I love how when Peacemaker grabs Vigilante's phone and asks, like, how do you know my password? He's like, I know my own birthday, dude. That's so sweet. Just knows what a fanboy he is. And Peacemaker says he didn't tell the team about keeping Goff because he didn't trust him. They didn't tell him about the butterflies because they didn't trust him. Like, couldn't a lot of these problems been avoided with just a bit more communication?
Well, do you see the team that we're fucking watching? Can I ask you a question, DJ? Maybe I skip a beat on this, or I'm stupid, which is absolutely up for question. Is when they're driving in that car, and Vigilante turns around and he says, "Oh, there's a homing beacon in, his helmet," and is that later? Sorry.
He said we'll get to that one.
Sorry.
Oh, I love how they wrote the back and forth on the laws of PC. Like, it's like I need a fucking snowflake card. And then Leota like calls him out on it. Like, oh, the agony of a straight white dude goes through, imprisoned in a world where they suffer the unspeakable horror of occasionally having to substitute one word for another. I said fine. Like, dude, that was so flawless.
Facts.
Oh shit! But didn't Peacemaker have a point? Like, so quick to jump on him, but maybe he finds being called an asshat derogatory. Like, they keep ganging up on him, but have no remorse for his feelings.
Yeah, it's the whole shit, man, with the N word, and then the N people like to say potato picker to Irish people. It's like, the context of potato picker. It's like, nah, sorry, let's roll.
He said it's getting pretty tense, and they don't even know like if it's if teal. When Vigilante's like it starts getting pretty tense, and they don't even know if the butterfly's favorite color is teal. Like, luckily, Diebeard says he's found something, and he figures out where the raw amber fluid is coming from. So like it's all awkward as hell, but it's pretty great how they all get along. Like, even in the most awkward moments, they seem to come through and get the job done.
Yeah, they're a good team. They're a good fucked up team, man. Yeah.
Absolutely. Wrong in all the right ways. And then back at the cop shop, Sophie tells Detective Fitzgibbons that everything he needs to know, but he's too dense to put the pieces together and can't figure out what's really going on. But it's nice Economos now gets to feel like a part of, like back at the Glen T where I kicked that gorilla's ass and saved all your lives. Like, Hardcore's like, you're really stretching out your 15 minutes, bud. He's so happy to finally be able to say he kicked somebody's ass.
Yeah, because at the same time, like, he was getting heavy down by Peacemaker. Rightfully so. I'm with Peacemaker on that shit. Rightfully so, man. You fucking sold us that shit. For you. And you do not know the relationship of him and his father. It's not like you were doing him a favor. Because you took the piss out of Peacemaker from episode 1. So you didn't give a fuck. You thought, you big goof, you big dickhead. Fuck you. Do you know what I mean? It's like, he did not know that his father was fucking...
No, but he knew what his father was, and he may have wanted to just been doing it because he knew what his father was. Like, I want to put a bad man behind bars.
Yeah, but there was no sincerity to Peacemaker in that. It's like, at the same time, it's like, regardless of any of that, it's like, that was his dad, and that was a shitty. So I'm a Peacemaker on it. It's like, man, shit on him. Continue to shit on him. He's a piece, and he doesn't care, man. He doesn't. At that time, he didn't care. He's like, oh well, you're a buff piece of shit, and you know what I mean. It's like he showed no sincerity, no care. He just wanted to big himself up. So fuck him.
Yep. And then Peacemaker says he can tell what's going on, even though school wasn't his thing. It was for dorks. If you score 50%, what do you get? And everybody's like, an F, and he says D. Like, so spot on with character. And Leota tells him there's a cow that the aliens milk for their fluid, and it's the only one on Earth. So, like I was asking earlier, do you think that's like a regular cow that the butterflies altered, or did they bring this cow with them? Like, it couldn't have fit in their alien spaceship. So, what the hell is this cow that they're all feeding off of?
I think it's just a code word. What that could be though as well. It's a good one. It's a code. It's definitely not just a fucking cow.
I like that. I like that. So if I'm right and they're actually eating alien brains, maybe it's just somebody like the cow is just basically people in there that are getting their brains milked and mixed with this fluid that these guys are all eating.
Sorry, DJ, I like that too, brother. I like that too. But it's definitely not just a fucking cow. Do you know what I mean? It's it may be in their terminology, a cow, how us humans drink milk. It's like that. So in their ways of understanding a cow. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. I think our thoughts collaborate there.
It's coming in, absolutely. Peacemaker was so hurt that he hasn't been filled in, but he's mostly wounded by Leota not being straight with him. Is he going to be destroyed when he finds out that she's the one that set him up with the diary?
Absolutely. He's a heartfelt human. Like, why wouldn't he? Absolutely. Imagine that was you. You absolutely would, to be like, you invited, like, you actually said, man, do you want to have a beer?
Like,
Do you know
this
what I
is
mean?
your one friend basically that's not a complete psychopath.
Well, that, and she always showed a soft spot to be like, you know what, you're good. You know, you're a good lad, and she always gave that impression to him to be like, every time everybody was talking shit, she didn't talk shit, and she was like, you know what, you're okay. When Eagle even fucking better, he's like, no man, that means he likes you because he didn't bite you too hard. Like, she could see the goodness. So that is the absolute ultimate betrayal. Where it's like, man, why did you do that? I would if that was me, I'd be
I'll
like,
be
man, fuck
destroyed. I
you.
only thought you had a friend and you just got did like that. That's so ruthless. And then we see Sophie sitting in the grass waiting for legions of butterflies to fly in on what did indeed turn out to be little butterfly spaceships in a time to go on an invasion of the body snatchers. And meanwhile, the white dragon has satisfied his needs, so while the rest of his Nazis scheme and plot in his living room, he heads to his lair to get suited up. And now that the Queen Butterfly's minions have landed, like she takes them straight to police headquarters to take over the entire department. And like shout out to the musical score, like that was the perfect song while the dual montage of the butterflies attacking while the white dragon was getting suited up. Like that was dope.
Yeah, well, I thought that was a man that the white dragon was sleeping with. It doesn't make a difference. Shout out to whoever you want to sleep with. But it's, yeah, as I watched the whole scene, DJ, after our last stream, I was obviously looking at it going, well, I was completely fucking wrong. So each time they banged into someone's mouth, I was like, wrong, 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 wrong. You know, I was just looking at it wrong. I obviously seen them fucking bang Agent Chopstick shout out. And then I was like, man, that's fucked up, you know, aren't you? I was like, man, I think I was wrong. And then by the end of that episode, I was like, wrong, wrong, wrong.
There you go, Cohen. There it is. That's the rum, and yep, I've been shooting it, and I'm in the middle of editing it now. So keep an eye out. It will be out shortly, buddy.
Is that what they call the butterfly honey, soya?
That's the honey. Yep, absolutely.
Soya, yeah. Y'all are butterflies. I'm out of here, man. Fuck out, I'm a human being. The fuck out of here. That was crazy ending. Great music, and this contorted smiled, man. Fuck's sake.
And then we have Leota acting all remorseful and confused about which is the right side of the line. Like either side she picks, she's betraying somebody that's counting on her. Like, and also her wifey said all calm and clear, let's just screw it all and go back to Gotham. Like that's ever been a choice that didn't end up in chaos. Like Gotham is not the place you visit for a chill and relax. Like it's just a criminal's paradise.
Yeah, but I'd rather be in the criminal's paradise than fucking butterflies flying into me fucking face.
You got a point there. You absolutely.
I mean, at least fucking Bruce Wayne is around in Gotham. Do you know? I mean, who the fuck is around here?
Oh, nobody. How classic that Hardcore tried to do something extremely nice by etching that dove of peace onto Peacemaker's gun, only for him to like complain about it facing the wrong way. But he is getting better and at least realized how douchey that was and tried to like correct it by saying how nice it was for her to do that. So he's learning.
It goes back to the picture, isn't it? It's like I look at the picture of them. I'm like, it's how Hardcore. Right? How did Hardcore know that? Mirren like was a butterfly before Amanda Weller. Like, do you know what I'm saying? It's like these are questions. Like they assigned them to the same team, so Amanda Weller was unaware. I think she was absolutely aware.
Could be.
So quotations unaware is so like Hardcore could figure that out, but Amanda Weller could not. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's the point.
Get the fuck out of here.
J. Cruz says, go watch the next episode. We get a lot of questions answered, so that's going to be fun to go watch. But Peacemaker finally admits he's not okay with killing anymore, and except for the aliens, especially the bug ones, which shows he's definitely still got plenty of his father in him.
Yeah, well, when you see him put that X-ray vision on and the butterflies in the brain, it's like bang, bang, bang. It's like, man, I have no problems there.
But just the way they slip that in, like I have no problems killing aliens, especially the bug ones. Like clever and quick, is like they just slipped that one right on through. Hardcore is starting to soften, telling Peacemaker she doesn't think he's a total piece of shit anymore, and even tells him her first name. Like, is this the first step to true friendship, or something more? You think?
I think it's a step. I think it's a step towards true friendship because the rest of the fucking world, as they put it, is fucked. It has to be. Like you've no other choice. Even if DJ, even if you were names that we will not say on a live stream, that you do not agree with. Do you know what I mean? Let's just cross our T's and dot our I's as to put abbreviations. Is you have no choice. It's like, well, obviously I have to be beside you now through this bullshit. And so I believe in it. Do you know what I mean? Not by choice. It's by domination. It's like we don't come together, we're fucked. But at the same point, I'm like, I wonder, yeah, will they double bluff us, DJ? Where it's like the butterflies have everything, and then maybe you'll just have a pan of the camera at the end of it where you just see red beams and like fucking bat shadows. And we have a Super League of sorts. And you'll have a joke by John Cena sitting on his bed. Oh yeah, the Super League. you know, and then you just kick back to the like credits. You know that. I think they could get away with doing that. You know, oh yeah, the Super League actually exists in this world. You know what I mean?
And it's got Batmite and Matter Eater in it.
Yeah, it's like, and we're not fucked. And just do it in a red beam and then like a fucking bat shadow, and then just key a fucking 80s song. Da, 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 da. And you're like, oh yeah, Batman, yeah. Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Arrow, The Flash, they all exist in this realm too. They mentioned Gotham. And it's like, oh yeah, these butterflies are fuck all in comparison. Do you think that Batman and Superman would let these fucking butterflies take over the world? It's like, yeah, I could see a bullshit ending like that. That's hilarious. You know, whereas like you think
and what they have. We'll have to see. That'll be amazing. And again, love how they always bring everything back around. Like in an earlier episode, Economos sarcastically said, "Why would we ever need a piano in here?" And now we see Peacemaker has some skills on the keys and able to bust out a song befitting his mood. I thought that was pretty nice.
I was waiting on hardcore, to come in on the edge of the room, camera scene, and look at him like, man, I want to fuck you. I was like, oh, you play piano, you're so nice. I was expecting hardcore to see him play that piano, to be like, oh, you're so nice. They didn't do that, though.
And then it ends like Leota thought she was going to get away with the diary move, but now that the captain's a butterfly, he exposes it for the whole world to see. And they're basically framing Peacemaker, oddly enough, for murders of mostly people he did kill, which was kind of a funny twist. Like all the ones that they're setting him up for and like kind of lying in the thing, he actually did kill most of those people. So it's like, it's kind of perfect. Just a spunky little twist on that. I like that. And all I can say about the extra scene is, was it really necessary? I thought this extra scene was ridiculous. Just that guy like laughing and saying how good. Yeah, that was so dumb. Like, I don't think they needed that in there. I don't know if that was like B-roll that they just put in on top of it, or if like that was, I don't know what the hell that was. It was ridiculous.
Right. Well, DJ, right? I'm gonna call it now. I'm gonna ruin your fucking series that you brought me into, because right now we don't know how it's gonna end, and I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna end. It's absolutely that what I said. For any of y'all watching, it's absolutely shit's gonna hit the fan. They'll survive. The majority of them will survive, and then it's gonna bang into an 80s song, maybe Highway to the Danger Zone. And then as you see, it'd be just red blitz of Superman. It'd be like, oh shit, man. We have Superman. There'd be a joke played on it, It's like, oh yeah, we have Superman and Batman, bitch. And then the butterflies would be smoked out by Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman. All these phenomenal superhero powers that are like, you can't even put these on my screen, but you can see me kick-ass tattoo. Oh wait, it's on this arm. You can see me kick-ass tattoo. But it's going to be banged out. I think it's going to be played like the butterflies are taking over, and then just gonna, and you're not going to see any of them. You're probably going to see like a flash of the Flash. Yeah, it'd be like a flash of the Flash, or a red beam by Superman, or like a shadow by Batman, just in them wisps. And then like you'll probably have fucking Peacemaker with a bottle of vodka in bed or brandy, and like yeah, and then it'll end as a start, with that gig in his bed, like, and then they'll come up with something else for like season 2. I think that's how that's gonna end. It's obviously they've mentioned Gotham, which means Batman exists. If Batman exists, so does Superman. If Superman exists, so does Wonder. Like they've already like we're here, And I think it's just gonna make it all kind of like Peacemaker is the one to save the world, and he's not really, because Peacemaker is down here when it comes to the echelon, and it's just gonna smack if the way Mr. Gunn, who's Guardians of the Galaxy writer, like knows his shit. He's like, I can't make these the superheroes of the world. It's like in a world of Batman, let's just put some red beams, some Batman shadows, and then let's just make them all feel like nothing, because they are nothing in comparison to these motherfuckers. And let's just focus in on John Cena, aka Peacemaker, with a bottle of vodka. So fuck it, you know, and then end it. Class. You know, I would take that.
Fade out. There'll be some kind of cool explanation for the second scene of something that didn't get wrapped up, for extra credit scene, and then fade to black. And then we'll have to wait for season 2. That'd be amazing.
And you'd laugh, yeah, because you could make a season 2 then with other fucking lower key villains.
Oh,
do you know what I mean? You could easily do it. Because that show is not about how big the villain is, how strong the villain is. It's how funny the writing is. So they can do anything. But DJ, quote me on this stream, that shit is gonna end with like either a Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman to be like, man, the butterflies, like, we're fucking Superman. Like, it's not happening. You know, these top echelon motherfuckers are gonna come in. You're not gonna see them, but you're just gonna hear it through one of the other characters. Like, oh yeah, Superman wiped them out. It'll probably be Diver. It's like, oh yeah, Superman just wiped them out.
And that's it. End of story. Fade to black.
That'd be that, yeah. Fade to black.
Oh man, I can't wait to find out. Like I said, we got 2 more episodes. They already dropped 7, so I'll be watching that probably tonight to see what happened. And episode 8 will be out next week, and that'll be the finale. So you still on for next Saturday to talk about the last 2 and wrap up the entire season?
200%, my brother.
Absolutely. So that's going to do it for us. We're going to be back on next Saturday. Probably going to have a few extra special guests on, and we will be doing episode 7, episode 8, and then doing a full season recap. So I hope everybody out there is having an absolutely fantastic week, and it only gets better from here. Until we see you next time. Be easy, everybody.